Welcome to 8-Minute Masterpieces, where we turn classic literature into bite-sized experiences. Today, we delve into Wuthering Heights, a tale of passion, revenge, and the haunting power of love. Join us as we explore the tumultuous lives of the Earnshaw and Linton families, set against the backdrop of the desolate Yorkshire moors. The story begins in the late 18th century at Wuthering Heights, a remote farmhouse on the Yorkshire moors. Mr. Lockwood, a gentleman from London, rents Thrushcross Grange and visits his landlord, Heathcliff. Lockwood finds the household at Wuthering Heights inhospitable, marked by a tense atmosphere and odd behavior among its inhabitants. Intrigued, he learns more about Heathcliff's past from Nellie Dean, the housekeeper, who narrates the tragic history of the Earnshaw and Linton families. Nellie recounts how Mr. Earnshaw, the owner of Wuthering Heights, adopts a mysterious orphan named Heathcliff. From the moment he arrives, Heathcliff becomes a focal point of obsession for the young Catherine Earnshaw, Mr. Earnshaw's daughter. Despite his initial affection for Heathcliff, Mr. Earnshaw's other children, Hindley, grows resentful. After Mr. Earnshaw's death, Hindley inherits Wuthering Heights and mistreats Heathcliff, reducing him to a servant while showering favoritism on his own son. As Heathcliff and Catherine's bond deepens, they roam the moors, exploring their shared love for nature and freedom. However, the oppressive environment at Wuthering Heights fosters a toxic dynamic. While Heathcliff remains devoted to Catherine, her social aspirations lead her to marry Edgar Linton, a wealthy neighbor. This decision shatters Heathcliff, leading to a profound change in his character, transitioning from a loving boy to a bitter man fueled by revenge. As the narrative unfolds, Nellie reveals the aftermath of Catherine's marriage to Edgar Linton. Although Edgar treats her kindly, Catherine feels increasingly stifled and longs for her wild spirit. This inner turmoil leads her to a fateful encounter with Heathcliff, who has returned after a 3-year absence, having acquired wealth and status. Heathcliff's transformation is striking. He is no longer the vulnerable boy, but a brooding, vengeful man. Catherine and Heathcliff rekindle their connection, revealing the depth of their love. However, Catherine is torn between her heart and social standing, leaving her feeling trapped in a loveless marriage. Heathcliff, consumed by jealousy, embarks on a campaign of revenge against both Edgar and Hindley. He begins to manipulate those around him, including Hindley, whose gambling addiction and self-destructive behavior allow Heathcliff to seize control of Wuthering Heights. This escalating tension leads to a series of confrontations and tragic events. Hindley's decline culminates in his death, leaving Heathcliff the master of Wuthering Heights. His vengeance deepens as he seeks to destroy the Linton family by targeting Catherine and Edgar's daughter, young Catherine, Cathy. Heathcliff's obsessive love drives him to manipulate Cathy into a relationship with his own son, Hareton, a plan aimed at reclaiming the love he lost with Catherine. The cycle of revenge continues as Heathcliff's actions bring suffering to all involved. Cathy, initially resistant to Hareton's rugged charm, gradually finds herself drawn to him despite his rough demeanor and Heathcliff's efforts to keep them apart. Heathcliff's disdain for the Linton family grows, and he becomes increasingly tyrannical at Wuthering Heights, using fear to maintain control. As time passes, Cathy learns of her mother's tragic past and the torment Heathcliff has inflicted. She struggles with her own identity, torn between the fiery spirit of her mother and the expectations of her father. Meanwhile, Heathcliff, driven by his haunting memories of Catherine, becomes a figure of darkness, embodying the very pain he seeks to avenge. Cathy's feelings for Hareton begin to flourish, leading to moments of tenderness that infuriate Heathcliff. Despite Heathcliff's cruelty, their budding romance symbolizes the possibility of breaking the cycle of vengeance that has engulfed both families. However, Heathcliff's unyielding obsession with Catherine leads him to extremes, revealing the destructive power of unresolved passion and jealousy. Ultimately, Heathcliff's bitterness isolates him, driving away those who could have offered companionship or solace. In a moment of despair, he visits Catherine's grave, seeking a connection to the past that remains forever out of reach. His obsessive quest for revenge comes at the cost of his own humanity, leaving him hollow and desolate. As Heathcliff's reign of terror escalates, the consequences of his actions become apparent. The once vibrant Wuthering Heights transforms into a grim landscape of suffering, reflecting the darkness within Heathcliff's soul. Cathy and Hareton's relationship, initially fraught with conflict, evolves into a quiet rebellion against Heathcliff's oppressive grip. They find solace in one another, navigating the tumultuous terrain of their family's legacies. Yet, Heathcliff's relentless pursuit of revenge takes its toll on the next generation. The bitterness of the past seeps into the present, affecting the characters' lives in profound ways. The ghosts of Catherine and the choices made by the previous generation loom over them, shaping their identities and futures. As Heathcliff grows increasingly haunted by memories of Catherine, he becomes a shadow of his former self. His obsession leads to despair, and he begins to question the meaning of his life. The once vibrant passion that fueled his actions now leaves him isolated, consumed by the very hatred he wielded as a weapon. In a moment of vulnerability, Heathcliff confides in Nellie, revealing his longing for Catherine and his sense of futility in life. He becomes aware of the cyclical nature of vengeance, realizing that it has only brought pain and suffering to all involved. The walls he built around his heart crumble as he acknowledges the futility of his quest for retribution. Heathcliff's obsession leads to his tragic downfall, and he dies consumed by the love he could never fully possess. His death marks the end of his reign of vengeance. With Heathcliff gone, Cathy and Hareton's relationship blooms, offering hope for a new future. They symbolize the possibility of healing and breaking free from the destructive cycle of revenge that defined the previous generation, leaving Wuthering Heights to recover from its dark past. At its core, Wuthering Heights explores the destructive power of obsessive love and revenge. Heathcliff's relentless desire for Catherine consumes him, leading to his downfall and the suffering of others. The wild moors mirror the character's untamed emotions, with Wuthering Heights representing isolation and despair. The novel also highlights the cyclical nature of vengeance, how unresolved conflicts pass from one generation to the next. Cathy and Hareton's budding love at the end symbolizes hope and the potential to break free from the chains of the past, offering a chance for redemption. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Wuthering Heights. We hope this exploration of Emily Brontë's haunting tale has deepened your appreciation for the complexities of love and vengeance. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned for more literary masterpieces in our upcoming episodes.